Aloha and welcome to the 10th annual aTEACH 808 Empowering Hawaii's Teachers in Technology Conference, sponsored by the Augustine's Educational Foundation and Sacred Hearts Academy, Honolulu. My name is Sophie Chang, and I'll be facilitating this session. We're so honored to have May Fernandez joining us today to share her expertise through a 90-minute presentation named May I Have Your Attention, Please? Student Engagement via Apps and Social Media. Please be aware that we'll be recording this session. If you don't like being recorded, you may turn off your camera during the session. The recording will be made available on YouTube and shared on aTEACH 808's website a week after this event. Without further ado, I'll turn it over to Ruby.
My name is May Fernandez. And today's presentation this early in the morning is May I Have Your Attention, Please? Student Engagement through Apps and Social Media. So here's a table of contents of what's going to happen in the next hour and 30 minutes. I'll give you a quick overview of myself. And then it says 10 apps on radar, but as I continued to actually create this, students kept on giving me more and more applications they use on their own. And then also there was a bit of a hiccup as I interviewed the students on whether I was cool enough to present social media. And then we'll finally conclude with all the things that you are that are available to you. So a quick overview of myself. I've been teaching for 15 years as an English teacher. And I guess never in my wildest dreams would I, in my high school career, think that the internet would get us so far and we would be accomplishing so much. So it is kind of a little daunting to get to this point where we could present things that we're using to help our students learn more. You know, I'm used to, and I guess I'm dating myself, growing up where we had to look everything up, go to the library, and now we have all of this at our fingertips, and it's just really exciting. So I'm going to share a few social media apps or online applications that I've been exposed to in my career. And the students have gladly shared with me, excited about how they've learned how to use it. And I'm still learning how to use it based on what they're sharing with me.
So it looks like the slideshow is still loading. Can you try maybe refresh one more time?
Okay, let's try it again. Share screen to the desktop.
And then it says click to exit. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Do the
Looks like, yeah.
Okay. How is this?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. All right. So as I was going down the mental list of the social media I have a Facebook account with a clever name that's unsearchable unless we have mutual friends. I have an Instagram or IG account that's rapidly growing in followers because I allow graduates to add me. That way we can keep in touch after social media, and I could kind of keep a pulse on what's cool and what's happening at the time, but I didn't have a LinkedIn. So I asked my colleagues, should I have one? And some of my friends in the business community said, yeah, but you don't really need it. And their answers varied so much, I decided I didn't want to start one. So when I was becoming a professional interviewee and changing careers, I landed the position of student activities coordinator at Island Pacific Academy. So if you're not familiar with Island Pacific Academy, we are an up-and-coming school on the west side of Oahu in the heart of Kapolei. It's our campus is surrounded by at least 10 eateries within a 2-block radius. We share the same block as the beautiful Kapolei Library, and only a handful of our students are townies. I know this because when I was planning the winter ball and I suggested we go to Waikiki for a hotel, a lot of kids were saying it was too far. So a lot of our population does come from the local area. And while I was brainstorming on what to present, I thought I was cool because we did a TikTok right at the end of the pandemic year, opening up our campus. But that's not the case. One TikTok does not make you cool. So I did speak with a lot of my students, and we came up with several ideas for you, which we're going to start now. Here's an overview of how social media works, and I'm sure we all know how it works. The dictionary defines it as websites and applications that enable users to create and share content or to participate in social networking. Social networking is all online now for most of our students. So here's some things I want you to think about. What social apps do I currently have on my computer or my cell phone, which is a computer? Do you have Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Snapchat, to name a few? YouTube is one of the big ones. Even direct messaging services such as Facebook Messenger, WhatsApp. Those two are owned by the same company from Zuckerberg, Meta. Marco Polo is another thing, and we'll get into this. What are some apps that I'm on the edge of downloading? Like, I've been hearing a lot about this app. Maybe I should try it. My kids are talking about this. I'm totally curious about it. I don't want to download it, but I want to know how it works. And then some of us don't have a social media presence. We don't have anything downloaded. We prefer to keep our lives offline, and completely no judgment here, because I'm currently on a social media fast. I'm doing with my church, and I realized that I was doing this presentation and needed it, but just abstaining from it brings a lot of time for other things that we could be doing offline. All right. So I'm going to bring up this person, Joe Dombrowski. I don't know if you recognize, but back in 2017, he went viral for posting up this video of an April Fool's prank with his elementary students, and he's giving them spelling words. I'll play the video and then you'll notice what I'm talking about.
All right, going through the list with the spelling. You're checking your own list. Here we go. The first word was Blorski. I lost my Blorski at a carnival. B-L-O-R-S-K-E-E. E-E. The next word was tangentine. I eat my spaghetti with a tangentine. That it's T-A-N-G-E-T-E-E-N. Tangentine. The next word is spiku. Look, there's a spiku. S-P-E-E-K-U-Z-S-L-M-N. There's silent letters at the end of that one. Yep. Spiku. S-P-E-E-K-U-Z-S-L-M-N. Yep. And it's not, nope, it's actually from somewhere else, not here. The next word was a matter. Students said they were sick. I said, what's a matter with you? W-A-Z-A-M-A-T-A. What's the matter? What's the matter? The next word is slippert. Be careful when you're sleeping. There might be a slippert in your house. Slippert. S-L-I-P-E-R-T. Slippert. Nice. The next word is ch-ch-ch. The horse was angry, so I said ch-ch-ch. That's C-H-C-H-C-H. Nice. Nice work. The last word is Rolaskatox. Rolaskatox was surprised when Jinx took the crown. That's R-O-L hyphen.
What?
A-S-K-A hyphen. T-O-X. If you didn't get the hyphens, I'm sorry, you got that word wrong. The word is Rolaskatox. The next word was spinach. My favorite food is spinach and artichoke dip. That's S-P-E-E-N-U-C-H. Spinach. The next word is shabola. Be careful that you do not catch shabola. S-H-A-B-O-L-A-S-K-P. More silent letters. S-H-A-B-O-L-A-S-K-P. Shabola. The next word is gur. My friend told me a secret. I looked at her and said, gur. That's G-U with an umlaut. That's 2 dots over the U. R-R-R. G-U with an umlaut. R-R-R. Your next word, number 11, is April Fools, because this is an April Fool's joke! Close enough. April Fools.
Okay, so this teacher went viral based on this video. And I did some research because he's released a few more videos. He's got his own YouTube channel. But if we check out, he has his own website. He talks about himself as an educator, a comedian. He goes on stage, and I'm finding that a lot of teachers have this side job of doing comedy as well as educating people. So I think there was a word coined, edutain, or entertaining and educating at the same time. But how much time is he spending on social media is what I wanted to know as I continue to create this presentation. And I asked my students too, how much time do you spend creating your content, your TikTok dances, all of these other components? So he's actually monetizing on what he's doing, as opposed to our foray into TikTok, or my foray into TikTok. I decided during the pandemic to download when we went into lockdown, to download TikTok, and I got sucked into the rabbit hole of watching video after video. And surprisingly,
all right, going through the list,
who became viral sensations are nurses during the TikTok. And keep in mind, our nurses deserve all of the attention for all of the things, our healthcare, our staff. But I want you to look at how much Instagram influencers actually make. And they're not in it for the money. So we're looking at people who are, if you look at cute kitten videos or dog videos or things that deal with animals, those make the most money on Instagram. If you look at cooking, it's not that much. It's right here, third to the last. Travel, lifestyle. But surprisingly, business and marketing is blowing up, and I'll show more examples of that later. But if we go back to our influencers, who do you think an influencer is? What does an influencer do? We've got Joe, who's creating a comedy vibe, and then we look at our influencers, real life influencers in the medical field, who started their TikTok craze in the 2020 pandemic. So I'm gonna show one of the videos that was really funny.
Baby, come give me something, oh. Baby, come give me something, oh. Cause I can't stop loving, since I got a taste of your love. Baby, come give me something, oh.
So they started off with advertising who they are, what they're doing. And granted, it was a very turbulent time for the world. So they use this as their outlet. Now, I was deciding whether or not I should include a nurse dance video, because those always pop on my feed. If you just like one, next thing you know, on your For You page, it keeps on showing up. But I decided to look up nurse dancing and check out how many hits these people would get for dancing on these TikTok feeds. So here would be, this one is pretty popular from Fit and Fat.
Never lay it down, baby.
So if you look at those videos, they pop up and they've got frequent hits of views. I looked up what is the count for viral videos? It has to be at least 200,000 or more, but it is subjective. So if you have a student who for overnight gets 20,000 hits on TikTok, they're super excited that their video has had that many hits. And to them, they feel like their message has come across. So going forward, let's look at the apps and links that have come across my desk. Some of it has come across by choice. I've sought it out. And other times I've been schooled by my students on what I should be using to make my life a little bit more easy. So once again, I said 10, and then I added a few that are hibernating in the background, meaning that as I was creating this list, my students were like, you need to add this, you need to add this. I'm going to go over a majority of them during this presentation, so you get a feel of how they're used and whether or not they're appropriate for you, whether it's for you personally or for you to use within your classroom. So the first one I would like to go over is Be Real. And let's be honest, Hawaii is just a little bit behind sometimes in our trends. And when I noticed students would ask me to take their pictures, it was an app I was not familiar with. So let's check out what Be Real is all about. Be Real, your friends for real. Every day at a different time, everyone is notified simultaneously to capture and share a photo in 2 minutes. So your friends for real. I thought that's what Instagram was for, but I guess because we can add so many people who are not really our friends, that makes sense. Everyone is notified simultaneously to capture and share a photo in 2 minutes. So every day at a different time. That means our students had their phones on them and would get an alert, 2 minutes left to capture a Be Real. And then they would capture what's going on in that exact same moment, and it would be posted for everyone to see. So I thought it was kind of cool that they were capturing their moments in life, but at the same time, I thought how inconvenient for us educators that they're whipping out their phones, trying to capture something, or at least like showing they're in class and they can't really capture anything worth anything. So it was kind of an interruption, and it did grate on my nerves a bit. But it's interesting how these apps are created solely for our students to share their world and be in the moment, but on social media. Actually, haven't seen them use that in a while. So they've been really good at, or they might be moving on to something else. Marco Polo. This is an app where you share live videos, kind of like texting each other, but you're sharing video chats with each other. So let's click on what Marco Polo is all about. It's helping you feel close. It's a video chat app that brings you closer to people. So you send a video, you get one back. You don't have to reply like a text. Like texting, you don't have to reply right away. You just want to show people your face, or that you're at Disneyland, or you're eating something great and it needs to happen now, but you don't want to record a video on your actual camera on your phone. You just want this instant video to send to your friends and they can watch it on their leisure. You can reply back on your leisure as well. So that's what Marco Polo does. And this video is not saved on your phone. You don't have to worry about it taking memory. It's private, there's no ads, and you can genuinely only add people that you know who also have the app. So let's say you're going on vacation in Japan and you want to show your friends at home what you're doing at that moment. You know they're sleeping, so you take a video of it. You don't want to post it on social media because you have people who you don't really want to show it to. You haven't created that in Instagram. You haven't created that close friend circle. This kind of is a separate component where you can share. That's what Marco Polo is. Now, WhatsApp and Facebook, and I put these two together because it's the same company. Many of you who grew up were born in the 70s, 80s, are familiar with Facebook the most. But if you see, the share of teens who say they use Facebook has drastically dropped from 2014-15 to today, 2023. Only 32% use Facebook. And part of it is from word of mouth, straight from the students. If our parents use it, we don't. If the older people use it, it's not something we use. WhatsApp is a messenger device. That's the other arm of Facebook where you don't have to have a Facebook login. You can text people from around the world with little to no hindrance if they're using an iPhone or if they're using an Android. It doesn't matter. WhatsApp usually connects international numbers with local numbers so that you don't have to pay an international fee by contacting other people. And you can exchange photos, you can exchange videos, all of that, create group chats. So WhatsApp is the perfect, in my opinion, it's one of the perfect apps to use if you are going on a trip abroad, meeting new people and carrying on as a group. Okay, so I recently discovered as I was creating this month that I have a student who has been able to monetize his presence on YouTube by creating virtual tutorials. So I'll play a little snippet of his. This has garnered 200,000 hits, I believe, but let me play a little snippet of how our students, this is a 15-year-old boy, present themselves on social media in regards to creating content on YouTube. So we see Spider-Man.
Jesus. Whoa. Hey guys. Want to learn how to do flips and stuff, right? Well, you're in the right place. I mean, just like look at my latest video. That shit was fire. Oh, yeah. Speaking of which, that video actually did like really crazy. And I got like 7,000 views in like less than a month, which is kind of insane. Also, Jesus Christ. 1,000 subscribers? I have 1,000 subscribers on YouTube? That's crazy. Pretty cool, man. So yeah, thanks to this guy for being my 1,000th subscriber. Pretty awesome. Alright, so yeah, before you start jumping off buildings and stuff, you need to learn the basics. You need to learn the setup. Okay, so first things first. Just to clear some confusion, you don't need PC and full body. It is preferred that you have at least full body. VRChat supports full body via OSC, so that's like Slime VR and Sony's new whatever it's called. I forget what it's called. Yeah, it's right there. A lot of the stuff looks a lot better with full body, and of course, if you're doing swinging videos on PC, it's not gonna look that good. Okay, so what you'll actually need for real is a spinny chair, preferably one that reclines. And like space to spin it around in your room. You don't need it to spin, or while it's fully reclined, you can have it like kind of like less than 45 degrees and still spin it around. That'll work. But your legs need to be able to spin around kind of at the least. So like I said, PC and full body isn't required. It is recommended because without it, you end up looking like this. So as you can see, you're moving your head around, but your legs are staying in place, so you end up just like not doing anything. But from a first-person perspective, you can kind of get the sense that you're flipping. It might help with an avatar that has no legs. I might make a world with avatars with just like arms and stuff. So if you want that, let me know. So how do you actually flip?
Okay, so it's a pretty lengthy video, but what I want to do is look at the subscriber rating. And I'm not talking about going viral because of ridiculous content, and excuse the language. Apparently, and I'll play something for you that he told
When you fly with Southwest,
he's not making any content for adults, as he calls us. He's making content for people his age, and he'd rather his social media accounts, especially his Instagram or his TikTok, not be followed by adults, because he's got several, so that he doesn't have to share all of his life with his parents. But if we look at his accounts, he's got this many subscribers. We look at his videos mainly deal with his interests, and it's virtual reality, doing flips. And he was, for lack of a better word, discovered, and someone is helping him gain traction on his tutorials, and he's getting a healthy paycheck from this. So it's something that he's super proud of, and he wanted to share that with me, but at the same time not share it with me. So we're looking at our teenagers who are wanting to show us what they're capable of, but at the same time wanting to retain that kind of autonomy, that kind of independence that we didn't tell them what to do. We didn't tell them why it's important to share it with everyone. So now I want to share with you Mazzy McLeod, who she didn't want to share what she's proud of, but she was more than willing to tell me how proud she is of her social media presence and taking a step back from it and looking at it through a lens of an older person now and thinking there are things I'm proud of and there's things I'm not proud of. So let me play this clip for you.
Hi, my name is Mazzy McLeod and I'm in 10th grade.
Hey, Maz. What social media apps do you use the most?
The two social media apps that I use the most would probably be TikTok and Instagram, because TikTok is a fun way to watch videos when I'm bored, and I get to see a lot of different kinds of videos at once. And Instagram is the main app that I use to talk to my friends, so I'm on it a lot.
Okay, cool. What's the most popular, I guess, post that you've ever done?
The most popular post that I've ever done is a video from a concert that I went to, and it got 100,000 views on YouTube.
Why?
I think it's because a lot of people weren't able to go to the concert, so they wanted a way to be able to experience the concert without being there.
Cool. Is that the video you're most proud of?
No, because that video was very simple to record. I just had to press a button and hold my phone up. But the video that I'm most proud of is a story, like a short horror story video that I wrote the story to and edited.
Do you mind if I share it with everyone?
Sure.
Thank you. How many views did you get on that particular one?
I think that one only had about maybe 100 or 200.
Does it matter to you the amount of views you get for your video?
No, not really.
Good. How long does it take for you to create your videos?
The story ones that I like to create, they take a while just because the recording process takes a long time, because it incorporates my friends, and sometimes getting a lot of people to work together on one video can take a while. And then the actual editing process also takes a while because it's a story, you want to make it engaging, so I need to find all the right background music to really set the mood, and I need to combine all the clips, and yeah, so it takes, I think on average, like editing, maybe 2 hours, filming 1 hour.
I'm going to pause it before I continue playing it. But I don't know if you noticed that she was very nervous in the beginning. She would have the shakes. And the more she talked about what she owned or took ownership for, her excitement about creating content, the less her body would move and the more involved she would become in her presentation. She did share down the road that a couple days ago, she wasn't comfortable sharing that video anymore, but she wanted to just continue sharing her interview because she's still very proud of what she accomplished. And I'm going to continue playing the video, but just notice how comfortable a student becomes when they're really excited about something they're doing on social media.
Or less than a week?
Less than a week.
Do the ideas just come to you, or do you look for inspiration?
A lot of ideas I either get from my friends or other videos that I've seen online.
Cool. What got you into creating videos?
I think I've always wanted to make videos when I was younger, just because watching people's videos makes me inspired to make videos, but recently I haven't made that many videos. I'm more of just a viewer.
So kind of taking a break?
Yes.
How did you learn?
I don't really know. I used to edit videos just on iMovie, like on my MacBook, but then when I started digital media here, we got access to Adobe Premiere Pro, so I taught myself how to use that, and now that's the main platform that I use.
Is it fairly easy to learn?
I think it's easy to learn if you have somebody to help you. Me, I learned it just on my own, and sometimes looking up tips of how to use it. And then from what I've learned, I was able to teach my friend how to use it. So I think if you have someone that knows how to use it, it's easier to learn.
Cool. Thanks, Maz.
Thank you.
Okay, so Mazzy continues to write storyboards, but she hasn't really created any content lately, and she's a sophomore at our school. So I'm excited to see what else she comes up with. Now, let's move on to TikTok, Instagram, and Snapchat. Of all of our platforms that I've showed so far, TikTok is the next on the list of platforms that are frequently used. So YouTube is 90% of all users of our teenagers, and then TikTok, followed by Instagram and Snapchat, which is slowly losing traction in social media. And the next slides will show the relevance that they're trying to achieve with each other. So I don't know if you notice on Instagram now, if you are on your messages, you'll notice that there are notes on top that you can leave. And they're similar to Facebook status updates. So we're looking at Google versus Meta Corporation and versus Twitter posts. Our kids barely Twitter or tweet nowadays. Everything is posted as a video, as a feel, as a TikTok. And if we look at TikToks, they're short snaps of videos. And if we translate them into Instagram, they're called Reels. If they're on YouTube, they're called Shorts. And you would see them, all of them will be replicated or shown on Facebook as well. So whatever venue or social media app that you're on, you're bound to see it somewhere. I talked about our student who created going back to YouTube, how he created content. And I'm going to play from my phone an audio interview that I had with him. And I want you to listen to, there's a bit of hesitancy when he wants to share what he's proud of, but at the same time, he does want to share, like I've mentioned before. And like typical adolescent, there's that edge of disdain that you're not cool. So I'm just going to tell you that no matter what you do, I'm still cooler. So I'll play it for you to interpret as you will. And then we can go ahead and analyze his presentation or his audio.
So you basically think that it doesn't matter if the school takes over any social media app to share their information. It's not something that kids are going to want to watch.
I mean, I think there are, like, parents especially would like to see what their kids are up to. And I think that's why the Instagram was really popular. But then also that's just like, a lot of people use Instagram, but the way Instagram works, it's kind of different from more, I guess, modern social medias like TikTok. You just scroll and find stuff. Instagram, you scroll and find stuff, but you can, I don't know.
How old are you?
15, I don't know.
So your TikTok would be the one you use the most?
I think so. TikTok's probably the one I use the most, but I think a lot of people use social media as a way to like not think about their school life. I don't think people are going to be super willing to think about their school life on TikTok. Instagram has a broader audience, I guess. Like my mom uses TikTok, and I hate it when that happens. So I'd imagine if my school used TikTok
For her business?
just for her, she like shows me videos all the time.
Oh, okay.
And then also like, I think Instagram, people are used to seeing like their parents on Instagram. Because I feel like Instagram is a more personal thing. TikTok and I guess like YouTube too has more of a like, I guess alter ego behind it, I guess.
Oh, okay.
You have like a persona on YouTube that you probably wouldn't have on Instagram unless Instagram is to promote the YouTube.
Okay. Quick question on TikTok though. When they do the For You page, does that mean they know what you're, like if you like a whole bunch of videos, do they gear it towards things you already like?
Yeah, so sometimes they switch it up and show you like random videos to see if you like those videos so that they can show you more videos like that. But you can choose to like something to just not interact with it at all, or you can like just click there's a button that says not interested and it takes it off of your
Is it
feed.
different from Instagram because it's not pictures, it's actually motion?
There's like pictures on TikTok, but I don't know. Instagram is just like, I think Instagram is geared more like, I guess because it's been so around for so long, people are more used to seeing like their parents use it, and they have like, because I would never follow my parents on my personal TikTok, on like my like actual self TikTok, or like something else not me related. I would like neither of those. But if I had an Instagram dedicated to like my YouTube channel, but then I also had a dedicated Instagram just for me and my.
So you have multiple accounts.
Yeah, but if I had an Instagram dedicated just to me and my friends, just so that they can see everything, then I would follow my parents. But I don't think TikTok has.
Oh, okay.
Like TikTok doesn't feel like that, where you can just follow your parents and be comfortable with it. I don't know.
No, I can totally see what you mean. I had a few seniors a couple years ago who went on TikTok and they were getting their college essay writing tips from TikTok. How do you feel about that kind of presentation?
Well, like anything on the internet, it's kind of risky to do anything. But I mean, as an advertisement, it works. And then also, just generally, tutorials are more popular on anything. Like, my most popular video on YouTube is a tutorial for how to do something. And it has like 10 times more views than any of my other videos.
Okay.
So I really appreciated his candidness. I appreciated how self-aware he was when he acknowledged that, like everything online, you have to take it with a grain of salt. And he was very transparent on how he uses social media. And when you look at TikTok, if you ever have TikTok, you can find anything from tutorials on making food. And then there's these hacks that you would, like this young man right here.
Secret websites for students. Part 22. If you visit this website, you can use artificial intelligence to write your essays with no plagiarism.
So I want to put this on your radar, and I didn't put in the slides, but he mentioned using artificial intelligence. That's the name of the website that creates essays that you can find that are not, it's not detectable by any plagiarism site.
This website, you can use artificial intelligence to write your essays with no plagiarism. We are living in the future.
So if you want to know where to get all of this, and I find it kind of ironic, right? They're trying to give these secret hacks to our students, but at the same time, it's public for everyone else. So it would be interesting to see where artificial intelligence takes us. Some other influencers that they tend to follow, and I've ended up finding like following as well. This one is on YouTube or on Instagram, your .rich BFF, where they get financial advice, which is coming up more and more frequently. If you like a video, like just on TikTok, if you like a video on Instagram, it becomes more frequent in your search page down here or your suggestions page. So let me show you what this particular this particular influencer posts about. So you can see at the top, these are pinned ones, meaning that those are important notes that she'd like to share with everyone. She's very transparent about, her facial features. There's no filtering, or maybe there's probably just a little bit.
A costly mistake, but you follow me, Vivian, your rich BFF, and your favorite Wall Street girly, who's gonna show you a secret resource so you know what any job pays before you make this big decision. Pay is important, so here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna make a list of 4 or 5 jobs you'd be interested in pursuing, and then head to this URL. I'll link it in my bio as well. From there, you will find literally every occupation imaginable. Here's what the start of the A's looks like. Once you click in, not only will you find a great description of what that job would likely entail, but what you would have to do to get it. Even better, they'll show you what the median pay for that job was last year. This will give you a good estimate of what folks typically make in this role. While it's important to pursue your passion, I'm also passionate about affording rent and food at the same time, and this will help you figure out if your career path is financially worth it. Good luck!
Okay, so if you notice, these are screenshots or screen recordings that I take on my phone, my iPhone, so that I can upload it to my Google Cloud so that it can be uploaded onto the presentation, which makes things a little bit easier. Instead of me having to hunt a link down or find it specifically, I already know where to go. And as our student had shared with me earlier, if we educators decided to create content like that, our direct line or audience, our students who know us, won't gravitate towards that quickly because they have different lives online. So that's going on with the other types of social media that we are familiar with. Now, here's one that I'm not too familiar with, but I hear the students talking about it, especially my 7th and 8th graders. They talk about this platform called Discord. I'm gonna play the 30-second trailer and then how it actually works. And if you haven't figured it out by now, I really enjoy watching tutorials online or videos to help me make sense of a lot of things that I can bring forth in the classroom or use as discussion points with my students. So let's look at when Discord first was launched. This was the original teaser.
I have no idea what this is for.
It's for Discord.
What do you call it again?
So it's just imagine a place.
So Discord is a place with giant flying cows, goblins, students, and whatever's over there.
Everything here is an egg, Danny. Imagine a place to find out who you truly are.
Even if you're bedbound.
All starting to make sense now?
No.
And I find this a little alarming because it's open to everyone. So we've got lots of students, kids, younger kids, adults. And just by that video alone, I'm wondering where are the security measures so that we can protect our students, we can protect our kids. So then you do more digging. How does Discord work?
This is how Discord works in 148,000 milliseconds or less. Discord gives you one place that helps everyone stay in touch and talk easily. Everything on Discord is organized into servers. Servers are places where everyone in your group can meet, talk, and be with each other. I'm starting this server for my university dodgeball team, so I'm gonna come up with a unique and creative name like Dodgeball. I'm even gonna add our super cool dodgeball logo, which is someone not dodging a ball. Now, I'm gonna invite the whole crew. And for people not currently on Discord, I can easily send them a link by email, text, or tiny rolled up scrolls delivered by foxes. With everyone joining, I want to start creating different text channels for all our dodgeball related messages. I'll also create a tournament channel where we can track our upcoming games, and a private channel just for the coaches. Now we can talk about specific stuff in designated channels without having to worry about interrupting other conversations. We can also have a private space for people with the coach role, which we'll talk about more in our next video. For those times when we just want to talk, see each other's faces, or just enjoy some company, there's voice channels. Think of these as open phone and video conversations that you can casually drop in and out of, or use to host bigger things like a meeting. See someone in a voice channel? Just pop in, hang out for as long as you like, and leave when you want. It's like joining a friend on the couch and chatting. Talk about your day, talk about dodgeball, have a 2-hour debate about why deep dish pizza is an abomination to the culinary world, and end entire friendships. And voice channels aren't just voice channels, they're for voice, video, and screen sharing too. So whether we're talking through strategies or showing off the team's new logo, we can do it together live. Leaving a voice channel is easy. Just disconnect. It's almost as powerful as clapping a flip phone closed. Almost. Discord has many uses, from a casual club to an organized community to something more small and personal. You can customize Discord to fit your group so you can stay in touch. What you do with Discord is up to you. Have any feedback, questions, want to say hi? Don't hesitate to reach out to us. Even if you're just looking for dodgeball tips, we'll try our best.
Okay, so as you can see now, Discord is a platform that's pretty much open to the public. You can create private chats. Excuse me. But in a sense, it's what social media first began as, something open, network sharing. You're sharing yourself on a platform and meeting other people. I don't think it has gained as much traction as TikTok has, but that's something to keep on your radar when I think of little things that you could possibly look into, apps that are online as well. Now let's look at
This is how
ThingLink. This was brought to my attention when I went to Schools of the Future 2022 from Kamehameha Schools. May Fernandez, she brought this up. She had students who created this, but let's go into ThingLink. Oh, let's move into ThingLink, and I want to be able to share with you all how it works for us as educators. Okay, so I'm going to log out. And this is obviously, a lot of our sites are becoming more, that we've been using as educators have become more and more monetized, like Kahoot. Now you have to pay if you want a lot more. And it used to be completely free. But this is something you might want to talk to your admin about creating, because it's easy to use. There's tutorials automatically on this already. You get to interact with others, things that we're already familiar with, especially Canva. Our students like to use. If we look at the education component, and I'm gonna just put this out there because I asked my students to also think of using this as a way rather than using slides or PowerPoint. It's basically a souped up version of it where you can add pictures, things that are 3D. And if you're looking at creating an environment where our students, for example, our students tend to go outside exploring, especially for the science classes. Every semester they go to Coconut Island and Kaneohe Bay. You can create a space here so that they're prepared before they go to the island, what to expect. You can add maps. It'll show you all of the different types you can use. So beyond science, you can use it for reading. You can keep documents in here, but it's got a really good feel to it. A capable, like if you look at here, this 3D, there's capabilities here that you never really think about. You press the plus, it pops up something that you can read in that exact location. So look at the classroom, what's going on in this corner. It's called the Peace Corner. If you're looking at the art on the bulletin boards, and let's say you're inviting people to come to your classroom, but unfortunately they can't make it. You can later on present this to them, remind them of the rules of the class. But here are some things to think about. Look at this circle up here. This tells you the location you are in that classroom. So I think that's pretty cool that there's this kind of technology that's open and available. They do have app status. It's not as great as working online, but keep ThingLink on your radar. Kids Corner over here. Notice again, these are the red arrows giving you a fishbowl eye view of where you are, more classroom space. And these pluses, you can add them if you want. You don't have to, like a curtain, you don't have to do this. But if this curtain somehow is a special curtain with spelling words that magically appear, then you can add a plus sign. But notice how it's blinking now. It's telling you, look at me.
In special education classrooms in the US, teachers collaborate with school psychologists, speech pathologists, occupational therapists, physical therapists, and para-educators within their classrooms to best serve students with high demands on their individualized education plans.
Okay, so I'm showing you the basic before you log in. Now I'm going to log in because it will look different once you log in using your credentials. It'll actually give you a straight tutorial and it'll help you along the way, just step by step, create something in the process. So I don't currently have anything on this particular email attachment. So you can create all of these choices. You can start with a blank canvas. You can put an image up of your classroom of where you're going on field trip, a learning trip. You can insert your own 360 image that you've taken on your phone camera, aerial view. Kids can create presentations through that. If you are inviting people to your campus, you want to provide a floor plan to them. You can even create documents on here, timeline, virtual reality experience. So there's so many options that you can do with ThingLink. And that's one of the things that I think we need to spend more time looking into, because just like social media, all of the different applications we use online will eventually phase out or get old, and kids will continue to bring new things to the table. Now I want to talk about our collaboration. So I'm going to share some a student video about her use of social media. And this particular student, she was only given a phone when she became a freshman, so she's not used to having social media presence. So let's listen to what Jackie has to say.
Hi, I'm Jackie Arvman. I'm a freshman in high school and I have Instagram, Snapchat, and Pinterest, but I only ever use Instagram, really. My dad made me watch a documentary before I got social media called The Social Dilemma.
So I'm gonna stop her real quick. She says The Social Dilemma. I've not seen it, but it's available on Netflix, and she mentioned it, so I think that's something I'm gonna look at this weekend. It's not The Social Network, it's The Social Dilemma. So her dad has a pretty good grasp of being able to share these with all of our students and let them know, like, think first before you actually delve into something.
Made me to be aware of the bad or addicting aspects of social media, and I am aware of it just as I use it. What I use Instagram for, I use it to see what people are up to, but specifically friends and family and people I love. And if a musical artist releases something new, such as Taylor Swift, or Netflix releases something new, like a show or movie, like Wednesday I learned about from Instagram. And if I keep scrolling, it's mostly just pictures of celebrities, but I try not to just subconsciously scroll because I know that it is probably just a waste of time and I won't gain anything from it. And I try to stay off of social media as much as I can. If I want to know about current news or trends or anything that's popular, I would probably just look it up on Google. And my friends, sometimes on stories, I see they repost current news, and that's how I'm informed of it. I would say I'm not really cut up with current news, mostly because I try to stay off of social media, but if I want to know what's going on, I would just look it up. And yeah, I try to avoid social media as much as possible for those reasons, and just because I don't want to compare myself to anything on social media or get stuck just scrolling and viewing things for hours on end. But yeah, thank you.
Okay, I'm gonna play a quick soundbite from one of our 7th graders regarding her use of social media.
So, what's your name and what grade level are you in?
My name is Gabby and I am in 7th grade.
Do you create any posts for social media?
Yeah, it's private for some of my friends and myself.
So does it matter to you how many people like it?
No.
Why do you like doing it for you and your friends?
Because it's fun.
And how'd you learn?
Like what?
How'd you learn how to make posts and...
I don't know, I just press post.
From what app?
TikTok.
Oh, thanks, Gabby.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Okay, so she was super excited to get interviewed, but she just wanted her voice out there and to show how independent she is. She didn't need anyone to do her likes. But then you've got the flip side. And one of my students, she's a student service person who comes in twice a week to just help me out with tasks. She actually has been one of the biggest, I guess she would be one of my biggest teachers this semester on showing me what to use and what's cool and what's not. So I want you all to look at this. I'm going to pull up my app store, and it is called One SE. So it is 1 second a day that you record every single time. So let's see if you can see this. I'm going to stop share real quick, and I'm going to show you on my feed what it looks like. Let's see. It's only on your phone. Okay, so see if you can see this real quick. Let me unblur myself. Video settings. Okay, so if you look up here, 1 second, One SE, it's automatically going to connect to your camera, and any video or any photo that you decide to take that day is linked up to a calendar. So you're going to press, keep in mind, this is new for me too. So every time I do something and I get lost, she reminds me, you have to press this, this, and this. It pulls up a calendar, and I've been behind, but when you press the plus, you can pull any of your videos. And what's cool is, here's a video of me dropping my nieces to school.
What's eating?
You can choose what section of that video needs to be that 1 second of your day. And by the end of the month, you've got 31 seconds. By the end of the year, you've got 356 seconds of 1 second a day that you can post directly to social media, share with your friends, do e-greeting cards. Those things are so unbelievably easy to do, and they're at the tip of our hands, and they continuously keep on coming up with more. We need to use our students, and that's our leverage. We have to collaborate with them. It's not them collaborating with each other. They're fine on their own. But we need to, if we've already established a relationship with them, we've already created that connection where we can see, how are you? How's your day going? What kind of things are you interested in at this time? They're more than willing to share all of the apps they're on. Or you want to check out what I did this weekend, or what did so-and-so and I do this Saturday at the parking lot at Target. They're more than willing to share with you the apps that they're using. So don't be afraid to talk to your students. Don't be afraid to even be transparent that you don't know what you're doing with social media, because they are so willing to help you and educate you in that way. And it by all means, it opens the door for you to bring something to their plate. Just like how we show them that we're going to use, students totally, Gabriel, teach us so much. I feel like the tables have turned so much from when we were growing up, where we learn more from them. We just facilitate a classroom where they can continue to teach us. So with that being said, I just don't want any of you to be afraid to use social media or any of the new things coming about, because you can always say it's not working for me, or I'm looking for something else, and someone else will have that solution. It's about 9:04. Does anyone have any questions? And I'll definitely be sharing a PDF version of the PowerPoint, so you have access to all of the links that I've been using and some of the quick links as well.
I had a question. So would you recommend then, when you are saying like when we should collaborate with our students using social media, that would maybe be more of like a social way to kind of get to know our students better and develop that relationship, rather than trying to like use the social media with education and in our classrooms?
Yes. So it was across the board when I did my mini interviews with past students and current students. We can try as hard as we want to be cool if we're on social media, but they're not looking at that. What they want to know is, you have a dog. And then they'll go, check out this dog video that I saw on TikTok. And then it opens up the door for more. And then I remember when we did the TikTok video for our school, the younger kids, 5th grade and below, were super excited, but the older kids drastically were like, I've seen this so many times already. Or, you have to bring something new to the table with that, or else it's just going to be so old for them, because media is old the moment it shows, you see it once, right? And this generation, compared to, I gotta say, that the initial social media users, this younger generation is really good at policing what they put up. They know it's going to be there forever if they put up something that should not be there. So just talking to them about it is amazing. Anything else, guys? There's one more that a student wanted to sneak in that I didn't have time to put in, because he's like, you got to tell people about CapCut. So I'm going to play a sound. Do you use that, Laurel? Yeah.
Yeah, we just,
awesome.
I just started using it, but the kids have been using it for much longer. Oh my gosh, it is so much cooler than iMovie.
Yes. And he said it's easier too. So Ethan was telling me how he went on TikTok to learn how to use it. So I'm getting a sense, and I feel this too, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like a lot of us are like, just show me how to use it. I don't want to read about this. I need to visibly see something so that I can follow along. And so he said that I went on TikTok to learn how to use CapCut. Be Real is one is getting popular with the students. Yeah. I think you guys, if we join Be Real, it's not going to be popular anymore. I'm just going to be honest with you. They're definitely not going to want to be our friends, but I totally would follow you guys. I'm really happy you all sat in today and were able to hear some of the things that we've been using on our campus and our students have been using. I'll leave my information on the slides to share, but real quick, here is where I gotta say, guys, it's super ironic that I'm talking about social media and things online, and this is iTeach 808, and this is the time where my computer's running slow and my internet is phasing out. But here is my contact information real quick, and then I'll also add it onto the slides that I upload as PDF. But I really appreciate you all sitting in, and I hope you all enjoy the rest of the conference. Have a good day.
And then we have another question from Laurel about doing an overview on Be Real.
Oh yeah. So Be Real is super simple. When you download Be Real, hold on, let me pull it up on my app. So I don't know if you were there earlier, Laurel, but I decided to go on a social media fast. What I should have done was also take off YouTube, because like I said, shorts and reels end up showing up on YouTube as well. So Be Real, you're looking at this icon and it'll pull all of the things that you've posted and create a stat for you, kind of like how Spotify gives you stats of what you're frequently listening to. But all you do is put in your contact information, your phone, and then you'll get a notification saying, post your second. What are you doing? When you take a picture with your phone of what's going on, you're going to see the lens of what is in front of you, but there's going to be a little square on the side when you're looking at it of the person taking the picture. So that way you know that, hi, I'm Ruby, I'm sharing my 1 second a day, or my Be Real. It's me. It's not someone else pretending to be me. Yeah.
Oh, that's so interesting. So it's also kind of helping with like giving contribution to creators. Is that sort of what it's like? Oh, okay. When did it come out?
I want to say it came out a little around spring or early last year, because I noticed my students would say, can you take our picture? Can you take our picture towards when summer first started. And then when we came back on campus in August, they would be, all of them at the same time would grab like their pocket. And that's when they get their post. You get 2 minutes to post a live photo. It's the anti-influencer side too, because you only get, yeah. So I like that the concept of anti-influencer also is coming about. If you look at influencers on Instagram now, there's so many, the cancel culture is coming out with them. Like, why are you here in trying to educate us on something when we're the people who live here? Or all of that is coming out because they're seeking something a little bit more authentic. Yeah.
Wow, that's so interesting. I've never heard of anti-influencer. What is that?
There still is a great many influencers who are making money. I mean, even if you want to be an anti-influencer, right? You think about it, you're trying to ward off influencers by becoming an influencer yourself.
Yeah. Okay. And so what does that mean? You only have 2 minutes to post a live photo? Like,
so once you get the notification, you've got a 2-minute window to take the photo. And then after that window closes, then there's nothing you're sharing on your end anymore.
oh, I see now. I understand. That's so cool. Yeah, that definitely changes the game. Yeah, to make sure people are being it's more accurate, I guess. The picture, the time, the place. Yeah. Yeah, that's so interesting. What's been your favorite app so far? Your favorite social media app? And is it the same as the students? Like, I don't know.
And I think I'm just gonna keep on sharing my age when I say I'm it's not the same as the students because I feel like there's so many. I don't know where to gravitate towards. Instagram is still one of my favorite ones. But I'm leaning more towards the 1 second one just because it's so quick and it kind of makes me think about be real. You've got 2-minute window to take something authentic. At least with 1 second, it reminds me I need to live in the moment, but let me take a quick video real quick of showing what's going on and I can get back to it later.
Yeah, that's so interesting.
I had a question about the thing link. You know, the website that you showed where you were able to like have a kind of classroom tour and then click on the different ones. In order to do that, would you have to get like a 3D like photo? How would you get that photo that it goes all the way around and, you know, you can kind of move around?
I know with the iPhone, and I'm not familiar with the Androids, you have the 3D capability of taking a photo. So you would just take it that way. Or you could just create a panoramic. But there also is on ThingLink, I think it's on a paid version though, that it could create it as a 3D version for you.
I want to try that with my library. I like that I could like add little markers, and it's such a meaningful way too. Like when you're going on field trips, if the kids see an area and they have to identify certain things. I've seen it. I think Mike Fricano's doing it with augmented reality or something like that in one of the sessions. But I like that you made it very like accessible in terms of like that seems very doable. Yeah. Does it work on iPads? The ThingLink?
I think viewing does, but working on it, there's a couple glitches because our middle school students work on iPads and then our high school students work on Macs. So there's some features that are not available on the iPads.
Gotcha. Okay, that's good to know. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you, everyone.
Okay, if there are any more questions, mahalo to Ruby and for everyone's participation. We hope that you found this session helpful and made some valuable connections. Special thanks again to our sponsors, Sacred Hearts Academy Honolulu and the Augustine Educational Foundation for making this conference free for the past 10 years. Please help us by completing this survey. I'll put it in the chat on the website ateach808.com so we can continue to receive grant funding. You will also receive a certificate of participation after completing the survey and automatically entered to win one of 10 $10 Target gift cards if you complete the survey by February 4th. The survey will also be sent to the email address that you registered with. Please make sure to check your spam folder for any emails from ateach808hawaii@gmail.com. Thank you for being here today and feel free to join the other sessions coming up. Have a wonderful day.